Hello, my Scorpio collective. This is Zaida Velgara from Becoming I Am, here to give you your message for December 2025. I hope you enjoy it. Like always, I'm going to start with some astrology and how it will affect you personally. I'm hearing really angry. And then I go with some tarot at the end. Right now, we're going to be talking about tomorrow, which is the full moon in the sign of Gemini. Actually, happening tonight, going to tomorrow, but same difference, right? And this moon might get you really angry. That's all I'm gonna say because I do feel it. I'm like irritable, like irritated. I feel like a lot of like you want to eye roll. Um, and then I'm hearing you're like that because you're actually very disappointed in something. Um, or in someone. That's interesting, right? Surrender. Shut up. We were just talking about how pissed off you were. 41, surrender. There's nothing more blissful than to act than the act of letting go, of setting yourself free from all that doesn't serve you. In other words, and actually when it says serve you, I heard all that doesn't deserve you. And that's crazy that I heard that, but I do feel like all that doesn't deserve you. I really feel like, where energy goes, where intention, where I think where intention goes, energy flows is what they say, something like that. Anyways, and I feel like even though you believe it or not, the more you focus on these people, places, things, energies, and frequencies, the more you are attracting or giving them your power. You're giving them your will. And the more you kind of cast them aside and say, go flip yourself, like whatever. I'm flushing you down the toilet because you're not worth it right now. The more you do that, the more you're capable of planning your future, I really feel like. And now I'm hearing Master Oogway from Kung Fu Panda. Wow, I haven't heard Kung Fu Panda for a hot minute, but I love those movies. I think those are like the best movies ever. Okay, first I liked myself some Jack Black, but secondly, they have so much truth behind them. Like, this is not a kid cartoon. This is like a real adult, let me teach you something that you're not getting cartoon. But anyways, where he says, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. And that is why it is called the present. Ooh, that gave me chills, you guys. Um, there's a lot that you should be thankful for at this moment. There's a lot that are blessings in your life. There's a lot of people that are blessings of your life. And sometimes it's important to have that gratitude and also plan for your future, but we can worry about that in a minute, especially this minute, December 10th. Neptune enters into the sign of Pisces direct, right? Well, it has been in Pisces, but it goes direct. And that takes you out of woulda, shoulda, coulda energy and into let me create something new. And the nice thing is that because you're kind of doing like a review of the funky of the past, I feel like that'll give you the opportunity to look at the future with a different pair of eyes because you've learned things and you can use them for your future. Let's see what that's going to be affecting you in. Scorpios. Winter Wonderland. Do you see what I'm saying? Winter feels really good for you, Scorpio, for some strange reason. It's number 44, and it says, take time to honor what you feel. Self-compassion is the healing balm you desire. And it's interesting because in the background I have some music, because like I like to distract myself sometimes and I get channeled messages sometimes with it. And the song that is playing is from Nicki Minaj. That song, I think it's Nicki Minaj. Let me just check. Yeah, I'm not crazy. You Lie. Yeah, let me just check. Um, uh, no, bed of lies, bed of lies. And it's kind of like, do you ever think of me when you lie down in that bed, your bed of lies? And I feel like that's a disappointment feeling I'm feeling from you. Like, I think you're reminiscing in the past, but it isn't one of those things like, oh, I wish this would have happened, or I wish, blah, blah, blah. It's more like, I can't believe you did that to me, or I can't believe I had to live that with you. I can't believe you couldn't see this. I can't believe, you know, that's what it feels like. It's really, dude, it's like a heavy energy, but you're a Scorpio, and you're in Mercury, and Mercury is influencing Gemini, and Gemini is all about this bitch right now because the moon is in Gemini. Like, I feel like you're gonna look really forward to when everything starts moving in different signs that isn't yours, because it's really negatively impacting your emotions. But um, yeah, I don't know. I feel kind of pissed while I'm in your energy, which is crazy because I was feeling sad in Libra's energy, but in your energy, I'm feeling like kind of like fuck this shit kind of energy, just like pissed. It's like I don't even know why I have to fucking deal with this still. That's what I'm feeling. Is that crazy? Anyways, we're all a little crazy. So December 20th, the full moon, new moon in Sagittarius, new moon in Sagittarius. I feel like it's linked to the new moon in Scorpio that just took place last month around the 20th. Okay. So tune into last month around, I want to say like the 17th through the 23rd. Something happened around that week that I think you're going to see revisited in a different way on the 20th. All right. Let's see what's up with that. The underworld. This number 40. Wow, I got 41, 44, and 40. There's a lot of 444s here. Um, we have the underworld. It says, hand over your known. A shift is near. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of like this reminiscing energy is actually because you're about to flush it down the toilet. Take a leap. Your journey is clear. And I feel like these are like the last remnants, these memories, these thoughts, these angers, these resentments are the last memories of the life that's about to end for you. Right? There was a lot of people in your life that negatively influenced it. There's a lot of people that disappointed you. There's a lot of people that didn't support you like you thought they would. There's a lot of that. And that's what's like kind of like whoosh, moving away. It's interesting. The last thing we're going to be looking into, oh, this is another one, is December 21st. December 21st, Capricorn new moon. I mean, no, Capricorn season. But let me find out when Capricorn new moon is, because since I mentioned it, hold on. Mind you, Capricorn new moon will be January 18th, 2026. So keep that date in mind. Maybe write it in your book to like tune in that day. I think something that's being focused on during Capricorn season will have a magnification on the 18th of January. That's the best way for me to explain it. So it's kind of like, I feel like I feel like it's a surrender, but it might be like a win for you, but it's a surrender of something else. I feel like there is like a lot of changes too. I'm trying to wait until they tell me something else about that energy because I think it's something important. January 18th for you. It's a beginning of a realization of a wall. So let me explain the walls. So the thing about that day, the 21st, is so important is the fact that it's not only Capricorn season, but there's four squares of the energy. And what they showed me in my meditation was like a cube. You know, we're all in Earth, we are subjugated to the energy of Saturn, right? And Saturn is the energy of Capricorn, and it's also the energy of the devil. So it's the things that the structures, the contracts, the agreements that we make to enter into this world that have us energetically entangled, right? And so we're subjugated to these agreements, and we're kind of stuck in a box, right? And now I'm seeing the newest movie of Ghostbusters where it's like we got a ghost in a box or something like that. We got a ghost in a box. Anyways, and what I'm seeing is that there's this part of you, you know, the surrender part where you're finally shedding a skin that was, I hear, emotionally a strong part of you. So whatever you're letting go of, the reason you're pissed off is because there was a lot of emotions behind this person. It feels like a person. And it's kind of like, it feels like a breakup, but not a breakup like, oh, I loved you and now we're breaking up. It feels like a breakup. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic thing. Like it can be a friend breakup. It can be a breakup of you with this whole family unit because you guys don't believe the same things anymore. It just feels like a big breakup. And that's what you're letting go of. And once you flush this away, I mean, legit, I want you to see something. All these people have their backs to us, except the last three, which have their back to us but are looking back. And that's song Turn Around. Every now and then I get a little bit lonely when you're never coming round. I turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit tired of listening to the sound of my tears. Every now and then I get a little bit nervous at the best of all my years have gone by. Ooh, that might be it. There feels like an energy of finale. And there's like this last glimpse you want to go looking at the past with this underworld energy that I'm seeing on the 20th. But then it's like now I'm not going to turn around anymore because it's not worth it. And that I'm not going to turn around anymore because it's not worth it feels like around the 18th of January. So this feeling of, I want to say, resentment and anger will probably last you until the 18th of January. I'm just letting you know. It's just that I'm getting like they're telling me, wait, there's more that I need to tell you about something. So if they're telling me, wait, I'm waiting. Okay. So going back to that Capricorn four walls, the one of them is this, where you're letting go of this yearning for a dream that you had of the past, like the way you thought that things were going to end up, or the way that you thought that things were like in your perfect world, right? And that perfect world energy is leaving. Oh, I'm feeling kind of sad too now. And there's always has to be like this acceptance of, I can't force the other people to want to be in the world that I live in or to be part of my world. Because if I do, then I'm just like them. Um, and so there's that. Okay. I'm trying to like try to move past out of this energy. You guys, I got to move out of this energy. Hold on. Let me ring my bell. because it's heavy, you guys. That energy is really heavy. Um, and then there's three other walls for this cube. And one of the walls has to do with your mind, one of them has to do with your heart, and one of them has to do with your spirit. And that's your Father, Son, Holy Spirit, or Mother, Maiden, Crone. It doesn't matter what dynamic you're thinking about. There's always that trilogy. And that trilogy is supposed to be made one so that you can move into like the next level, right? So you can level up in this game. And what I'm feeling is this energy where like they're coming together. There was the heart one, it was like being tugged on that other direction, but it's finally like letting go so that it can unite itself with all the others and all of you guys move in a certain direction. Yeah, this one is very esoteric. And so once you're taking to become this new person you're becoming, right? Three walls are going to be coming down. The wall of the emotions that you were attached to that kept you connected to that old world. The second one is the mindsets that made you believe that you were caught in a box in this old world, that, you know, that logically speaking, you can't cut out everybody, that logically speaking, you know, these are people that have a title in your life, or logically speaking, etc. Fill that in that blank. That one has to change. So your mindset has to change to what it is that you're going to the future. And then as your heart changes and your minds change, it, your spirit connects to this new heart and mind. So all three of them come together. And so if you're thinking about it, January starts a 9-year cycle. It's the beginning where we plant seeds for our future. And when we're planting seeds, we're going to go through three major tower moments that depicts the three major years that you're going to be shifting into. And one of them is the death of some kind of emotion. One of them is a death of some kind of mindset. And then one of them is the actions that you were taking because now your spirit is aligned with you. So that being said, now that I explained that for forever and was stuck in this limbo for like a year and a half, um, I can tell you that now we're going to look into archetype decks. And this talks about your archetypes, like the personality types that you pick up. And I want to see the one you're letting die and the one that you're bringing in new. And I'm going to show you the shadow aspect where you started to the light aspect where you ended, and then vice versa, right? So let's see. The one that's dying. The nun and the monk. Okay. And the shadow aspect says negative judgment of the physical world, um, excess piety. So I can't believe the world is like this. These people are so like this and like that. Don't they see? Don't they understand? That is what you were at. And ending this year, you're moving into selfless devotion and single minded dedication to spirit. So this is when you're like, you know what? It is what it is. Let me move forward. And then what you're moving forward to. Oh, we have the Virgin. The shadow aspect is fears of intimate union. So there is a fear to, after all you experienced with all these people, places, things, energies, blah, blah, blah. And especially this person that I'm feeling like you're feeling disillusioned with, I think that that makes you a little bit apprehensive for intimacy, like apprehensive to make that new friend, apprehensive to let people in, apprehensive for that new job because of what you experienced. Okay. But as you progress during this 9-year cycle, what I'm seeing is maintaining symbolic purity of heart and spirit. So no, being okay with being in a union with another group, organization, person, but still being pure of yourself, knowing who you are, having healthy boundaries. Because I think one of the biggest downfalls, Scorpio, that you were experiencing was this feeling where when you enmeshed, because they're telling me enmeshed with a second individual, and this can be a partner, this can be family members, this can be religious groups, this can be work, you stopped being you and you became them, what they believe, what they wanted, what they blah blah blah, and you lost you in the process. And then it's that disillusionment of, I can't believe I let myself be this person that I totally am not. And so then you get into the state where you're like, I'm absolutely not going to sacrifice my sense of altruism for myself when we're starting the journey. But then we're realizing I can accept these people in my life, and I can accept this organization and this group and this family and whatever, but still be me in the process and not be enmeshed in whatever they say. I can hang out with you without being you, you know? That's what that's kind of feeling to me. I want to see where it's going to affect you, like what aspect of your life. Okay. By the book, number 11. And by the book for me feels like following the rules, like going through the stages of life, like there are certain things that we need to do just because we live in this world and just because these are the rules. Kind of like if you want to be a doctor, you got to go through medical school, right? And um and a part of you probably didn't want to do the whole medical school thing because it's saying, I feel like I'm selling out. But then realizing I don't have to sell out and I can still go to medical school and still go by the book and become that person. Does that make sense? I hope that's making sense to somebody. So it's like going through the process. Like, I'm going to get married, but it doesn't mean that I have to become that person. I can still be my individual self, but I'm still married. And we have our world together, but I also have my world apart, and that feels good to me. Like, I still have my friends and I still connect to different people, and it's not only that person anymore. So it feels like that, like going through the processes that you need to go through to exist in this world, but not, oh, that reminds me of being in this world, but not of this world. You know, your reading is very different. I don't understand why I'm feeling like this reading is very different. And it's like, it's this acceptance that you're not like everybody else and it's okay. But at the same time, you can still play well with others. Nobody is necessarily better for choosing the path they chose. Mm. Wow. And then the card that flew out when I did that is the Hierophant. That is the key. That is the lesson that you came to learn. Okay. What do we have to tell Scorpio now? Son of Pentacles. This is going to take a minute, people. Two of Wands, because you're opening a new path into something that you're not aware of. And we have the Hangman, and you're resistant to this change. It's so funny. A lot of the signs are so apprehensive as to where they want to go. I rather hide in my shell than do whatever it is that you're telling me to do, because over here inside my shell, I'm totally safe. You created the walls you created because you needed them. Because the environment that you were in was not healthy. Because you were not safe. Oh my God, this is hurting my throat, like making me want to feel nauseous. Hold on a second. I feel like somebody didn't have a voice. I feel like somebody felt disempowered because I did feel nauseous. It was kind of like the chakras from your throat all the way to your stomach. So that would be your throat, your heart, your solar plexus. That was totally muted and crushed. And it took you a really long time to get that back. And now they're telling you, okay, now go outside and make friends. And you're like, do you know how long? I'm sorry, I'm not trying to laugh. Do you know how long it took me to get my heart, my stomach, and my my throat back? Like, let's not and say we did. This is making me laugh. There's a lot of fear here of being vulnerable. And all I keep hearing is because the last time you were vulnerable, people just raped you. They just took whatever they wanted. We have the Three of Cups. Yes, you need to go out there. You need to make friends. You need to connect. There are people that are like you in this world, but you will never see them hiding underneath your shell. Oh, wow. And that is making you totally freaked out. We have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. That is like making you unbalanced. I feel like you created like a little bubble that makes you feel safe. And you're about to come out of that bubble and you are losing your shit about it. Um, that's okay. And you know, Scorpios, they're a water sign, but they're not the crying, emotional water sign. They're the I'm gonna act tough and want to cut a bitch because I'm so scared. The cat in the corner all wet with that. That's how you guys get when you get nervous. So in the bottom we have the Ten of Pentacles with the Fool card. This is literally saying that your inheritance, your money, your well-being, your growth, your expansion, it is in this new beginning. I don't think you're going to be given an option. As a matter of fact, how I'm looking at the cards lately, like all the cards are kind of saying, it is what it is. You're going to go in that direction because you're supposed to. So, like, stop trying to stop yourself, because the more you try to stop yourself, the harder we're going to be in you. Like, the harder we're going to hit you to move you, but you're still moving. So, I would tell you, yeah, so then just go with the flow, but you're a Scorpio. And the more somebody tells you you must subjugate to what I say, the more angry you might get. So that's also something that we have to keep in mind there. Um, but I do feel like you guys are moving into something different and it feels scary. And you feel unsafe because it took you a really long time to get to a period of feeling safe. And it's okay to accept the fact that you're scared. Okay? I hope that helps.